Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. In the last part, we beat up an 80s movie reference, and now we're in the bio lab or something. I forget what this place is actually called, but it's not really important. Now, we're actually only here for one thing. There's actually two things you can get, and I'm getting both of them, but you only need to get one of them, and that's the one on the left. Once these cameras get out of my way, that is. And here we go. Now, like I said, the only thing you want to get is the one on the left. On the right, there's still something, but it's not worth getting. Yeah, at all. Anyway, and here we got an egg. Now, where's Wesker when you need him? So let's go check out what's on the other side. The egg will eventually hatch when you walk around enough, but it takes a not terribly long, like maybe 20, 30 screens, but still, it's kind of time consuming. And over here we got, once I open the door with the key card, Kyle. There you go. We got another egg. This one is different than the other one though. This one, when it hatches, becomes something quite detrimental to us once these lasers get out of my way. But before we go over that, let's actually head back to where we landed the hang glider last part, and head right. Now, we got some normal guards here, but I think you can actually technically avoid them if you are able to time walking into the truck just perfectly. I've never done it, though, because I just don't mind killing them. Especially when they're this rock stupid. Well, they're not rock stupid, they're smarter than the ones in the previous games, but either way. In this truck, we got a good amount of ammo, and in the next one, I believe we got more of the same. Actually, though, different types of ammo. Yeah. By the way, around here and until after the next boss, don't use any B1 rations. You're going to need at least 3 coming up. So try and keep them as numerous as you can with you. Either way, once we head over here and head up, we will be in another little base camp area. Which is weird, because this game's environments feel really stilted, because we go from this to that weird cornfield area with Predator, and then now suddenly we're in a desert area, field house, whatever the hell this is. Oh god, there's a snake. You need to press the space button on the egg it hatched from when it's on top of it. Now, if you're wondering why the snake's there, that's the one egg that we got on the right of the biolaboratory, the one that's detrimental to us. Why? When it crosses over the rations, it eats them! So, get it out of your inventory as soon as you can. There's an animal heritage center northwest of here, rather. Owls cry at night, they're scary and I can't sleep. At night it's self-powered here, so the high-voltage laser fence is cut. Then we can play inside, but we'll be scouted if found, though. Now, here's what the other egg is for. When you walk around enough, I actually had to stop the recording and walk around a bit just so it could hatch. The second egg does, in fact, hatch into an owl. It takes a while, though. So, I come back off screen with the owl, equip it around here, and for some reason, after a while, it hoots. Like so. Evening. And this guy somehow doesn't notice the sunshine, thinks it's nighttime, and goes to shut off the damn fence. I'm not going to be the first to rag on why that doesn't make sense, but it really doesn't. This guy is should be nowhere near that dumb if he's this far into the base. Ugh. You can see the sunshine. Ugh. Metal Gear's always had some strange stuff going on, and I honestly consider that the first really, really strange one. Thankfully, that's the only really stupid puzzle in the game. Some of the other ones make a decent amount of sense. Some of, keyword. There are some that are a bit iffy. Now, I don't actually have to enter either of the rooms here on the right, but I'm doing it just because, well, I can, and there's stuff I want to show off. By the way, if you need another B1 ration, 2 screens south of me, back where we entered this little base camp area, there was a truck. If you enter that truck, there's 3 guards, but there's also B1 ration. Give me chocolate, do you have any? It's a B1 rations. Do you see why we need B1 rations yet? No? Good. Now, if you also check the top right of the base camp outside the fence, You can also find another B1 ration there, so if you need another one, it's there. So there's actually, I think, 4 of them in this area, so you can stock up well. There's one on the very top left as well. Either way, now we want to head onto the left side, because that's how you get to the stuff you need to get to. And getting to the stuff we need to get to is kind of important. And here we got another kid. There are a lot of rats in detention camp. Rats bring everything into their hordes. Sulfuric acid ponds are to keep them away, I heard. Well, that's kind of overkill, but okay. And we're going to want to get keycard number 8 out, because it's how we get into this building. Be careful, though, because the moment you walk in, hold left or right, because there is a sweeper coming right towards you. And as usual, they're instant kill. Now, we actually have to get past this thing by following and get into that little crevasse there in order to get to that door on the top, but we want to head through the door on the left first, because doing so allows us to get this B1 ration. You know, I actually really like the idea of B1 rations, because in a way, while you can hold less of them, I think you can technically hold more than you could in the previous games, because there's now 3, that means 3 of a max count. I think by the end of the part, my max count can go up to 4, depending on the ration. Don't quote me on that, though. This game's ration system's a bit odd at times. Either way, follow the sweeper up, and duck into the little hole on the right there. And now we can progress past the sweeper. By the way, backtracking through this area is kind of annoying because you have to wait for that thing again. And now we're going to get keycard 8 out, head right, and enter that door. If you head to the right, you can see where the other ration would be, but it's not there because I already got it, plus there's no doors over there. And now, I really take the really bad approach to this. You shouldn't alarm these guys at all, especially to noise. What you can do is go right up to the side of them because the other guy won't notice you. I'm just taking a really stupidly long approach to it. Especially with this guy, just kind of stand there waiting like, should I go for it? Yeah, let's go for it. I love how much I hesitate when I'm playing games. Well, it's only really in stealth games, because, you know, you kind of have to hesitate in stealth games. Either way, we want to head down, because you can't head up as far as I can remember. And find, well, B1. And prepare for a sudden boss fight! Hello there. It's me, one of your fans, Snake. Beware. Ever heard of the legendary Guerrilla Squad whispers? Nightside, a survivor of that squad, is in the room. Nightside. Wears the latest camouflage suit, which also has radar stealth. Attacks with Wei Sheng Chou, I cannot pronounce that, a gun that makes very little noise. No one has seen his true form. It's good to have a fan like you. You can't see him, but you might hear him. Over. And that is actually how you're supposed to tell where he is. Because the thing is, all 4 of these rooms here have a floor that makes sound when you walk on it. And as you can hear, someone is walking. You can tell which corner he's in by whether or not he sounds like the stuff you're on. And then you can see where he's coming from when you see his shots. Fire where his shots are and you'll hit him. This fight takes some time, I'll admit to that, but it's not the longest boss fight in the world. We're only here for another minute, I want to say. Though I can admit, he can get kind of annoying. Because I think he fires shots whether or not he's getting hit at all, so you don't really have a way to stun lock him. Thankfully, he'll always stay in the room that you're in if he's in there with you, so you don't have to worry about him wandering off like Predator can a couple times. I want to say he takes around 50 shots, but considering shots clip through him when he's being hit, looks like a lot more. Now, I find it kind of funny. We started off fighting a ninja, but now we're just fighting a guy who's invisible. That's nowhere near as interesting. Oh, well. And if you need to heal during this boss fight, use ration B2 or B3. Don't use any B1s. You need at least 3. Thankfully, the rations aren't like certain other survival games where they heal varying amounts of health. Each ration fills your health to max. Something that's Solid would actually change, I believe, if I'm recalling that game correctly. It's been a while since I played Solid last, since I actually did the last Let's Play. Either way, with him dead, we can finally move on. And enter this door that opens it by itself. I don't get how that happens, but okay. Anyway, in here, as you can see, these are sulfuric acid. Walk over them with ration B1s. For some reason, the chocolate in them does that. I have no idea. I'm not a big sulfuric acid guy. Either way, but try as you might with your keycard, you cannot open this door. You're supposed to... I think you'd actually find the keycard, because this takes keycard 9. I think you can actually find it earlier. I probably could have found it at the start of the part, but I'm not exactly sure. But if you enter and re-exit the room, we get a call. Predator should have card number 9. Don't you mean card 8? He had card 8. No, he was in charge of both card 8 and 9. He must have dropped it. Search his area. Do well. So, we need to head all the way back here. Now, it doesn't sound too bad because it's only about 2 areas away, but that took about 10 minutes. And I forget if you could find this during the boss fight or something. It's been a while since I tried. But either way, the key card, I'm actually taking the long way to get to it, is behind these boxes on the right. Boom, ID 9. Now we go back to that room with the sulfuric acid. By the way, if you touch the sulfuric acid without the ration B1 equipped, or before they're like chocolatized, you're dead. You melt in it. Which is kind of gruesome. Oh, hey! Oh. Ah, Snake. Too late. His heart didn't last. Stains on it around the neck. Don't worry, Snake. Even after Marv died, the Olix plan stayed intact. Marv was a cautious man. He was also a games fanatic. He concealed a microfilm in the circuit board of a cartridge. An MSX cartridge from a Japanese game company called They're not doing what I think they're doing, are they? MSX, the legendary worldwide computer. Ha! 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 No. It's rumored that even today some freaks still use it. Thanks, Snake. Thanks. He kept the cartridge in the locker there. Where's the key? I couldn't force him. I didn't hear anything. Okay then. Why can't I move? Oh! Snake, emergency! What's up, Holly? About Petrovich. I was curious, so I dug up some info on him. After he was rescued from outer heaven, he was not too happy. In the West, his extreme dogma theories weren't accepted. The academic world saw him as a scholar of madness. He was isolated. As time passed, he became forgotten. One day, he got an invitation from a Zanzibar double agent. Taking advantage of his position, he made a deal. He flowed the latest technology into Zanzibar land. He must also be involved in the kidnapping of Marv. He knew all the details about Marv's trip to the USA. It must be Oilix he's after. Over. Such was the story, Snake. I set my hopes on your world. I left the land I lived long. But your people criticized everything I did. I wanted to use my robotology knowledge. I wanted to complete Metal Gear. But your politicians weren't interested. They all talked about SDI, NEDW, brain bombs, and the like. But Zanzibar was interested. I upgraded Metal Gear with their help. Did you do it, Dr. Marv? I had to. He wouldn't give me the Oilix plans. Natasha died on the bridge because I informed Fox. When you went for natural desire in the sewer. Snake gave me Marv's locker key. Natasha gave it to you. Arrgh! Anyway, the next boss is weirdly enough Dr. Petrovich. He is constantly damaging him, not even sure if the body armor impacts it. The way to beat him? A couple missiles to the face. Remote-controlled missiles. You can also use mines, actually, because you can walk over them. Though, warning. If you use mines, you will take damage as well, so missiles are the way to go, because you can walk away from the explosion just in time if you time it right, I believe. I think. I don't notice him doing any damage. It's a really easy boss fight. In fact, it's honestly kind of silly in concept. Because what he's trying to do, he's trying to stranglehold us. But I just imagine this frail old man on top of Arnold Schwarzenegger just struggling, and it's quite funny, actually. Either way, about 10, 11 missiles to the back, and he dies pretty quickly. And anticlimactically. Well, not dies, actually. He's still alive for some reason. I'm not sure you can survive a couple missiles to the back like that, but he does. And around now, don't use any B3 rations, because you're going to need them coming up. But yeah, he's actually still alive, but yeah. Apparently the key to this locker is the brooch that Natasha gave us. Natasha, rather. So let's try it out. Oh. Well. Here's the thing. Remember how it changed temperature when it was in a hot room? To open this, we need to have it in a cold room. And guess where the cold room is? Back in the Zanzibar building. So we need to head all the way back. Now you might be wondering, how do you do that? We have to pass over a crevasse. Use the cardboard box here, and this truck will actually take us back to the tower building. To be more precise, where we first used the cardboard box to get into the tower building. And from there, you can actually walk back to the Zanzibar building, though I'm not going to be doing that until next part. No, I'm only now just noticing, but the Foxhound logo is actually holding a grenade. I've never noticed that. Huh. Interesting. Either way, with that, I'm going to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 8, we will be heading back to the Zanzibar building one last time to get the key changed back to a cold form state. See you guys then.